Hey, what's going on guys, StarGuy34 here, and we're back with another video, and in today's video we're going to see what if Finland finally snapped. Now, I know I said that I'd post a alternative future video today, but I did record it, but didn't like how it turned out, so gonna redo it. It'll be out on Wednesday, but this is what you're getting today, so we're going to see what happens if Finland finally snapped. So Finland's been occupied by two major powers back in the day, that being Sweden and Russia, most recently being Russia, and honestly could have been if the USSR actually invaded Finland properly, but they were pretty much forced to stay neutral, not allowed to join NATO until recently. So during this video, Finland will be coloured in red and everything else will be blue, just like everything else in this. However, we're actually going to start out with a war, that war being against Russia. As Russia Russian troops immediately begin to move into Finland as they quickly take over the south of the country. We also see them moving in from the north in order to cut the north off from the south. However, as this is going well, Finland, as I said before, finally snaps and begins to arm his troops ready for battle. And immediately, Finland begins to push back Russia on all fronts until they even reach the border of their country. And with this, we see a mass push into Russia from the south, quickly taking over the western coast of this lake and their access to the Baltic Sea. And they even capture St. Petersburg, putting a bad look on Russia. You also see a mass push into the Polar region. However, no one's up here, so it doesn't really matter. One thing led to another, and this part surrenders. And Finland continues to swiftly invade into Russia. Now, a lot of officials in Russia are very scared because Moscow, don't know where Moscow is, anything like there maybe. And Finland begins to spearhead towards that goal. And with this, Russia decides, you know what, you want that land, you can have that land. And Russia goes ahead and signs a peace treaty with Finland. However, they swear they'll be back. Time to look at peace treaty. And so, looking at this peace treaty, Finland goes all out and annexes pretty much all the land they captured off Russia, apart from St. Petersburg, which is right there. If they end up going to war with Russia again, they just capture it straight away. And so now Finland decides, you know what, I just got away with this absolutely wrecking Russia, so I think I'll carry on and push my luck. And guess where he goes next? That's right, Sweden. As I said before, Sweden was a power that occupied much of Finland during the 16th and 17th century, but lost Finland during the Great Northern War. And so they kind of want some revenge. Finnish troops enter into Sweden, quickly taking over the coast and the north of the country. We see a counter-offensive going on in the south. Not counter-offensive. We see them take over the country in the south, while diverging troops up north. So they sweep through the north until they make some form of resistance, however not too much. We also see them make a landing and take Stockholm, and after a few more days of fighting, they go ahead and surrender to the Finnish country. Now Sweden is in trouble. So looking at this peace treaty, they annex all of northern Sweden, and they puppet government in the south, which are heavily influenced, and they might be back for them later, who knows. However, there's another Nordic country to the north which they want land off, and they basically sent an ultimatum to Norway, said, give us this land and we won't invade. And Norway says how much? Finland demands all of this territory, and of course there's natural resources over there, so Norway says no, and Finland declares war on Norway. So Finland's troops immediately occupy all of northern Norway, as Finland cuts Norway into two halves. Yeah, all of this is pretty much empty again. While Finland does have some hard times pushing into the south, they pretty much sweep through Norway, and now Norway's going to feel the full wrath of Finland. So now Finland has control of all of Norway, northern Sweden, and this part of Russia. So yeah, they're doing pretty well, but their ambitions go beyond the Scandinavia. So they begin by annexing Estonia, who gladly joins because Finland's their friend. And they just say, Lithuania and Latvia, you're mine, and they just have no choice but to accept it, because they'd absolutely get rolled over by Finland. And now we come to Belarus and Poland. Oh, and Kaliningrad, I guess. So Belarus, yeah. Yeah, Finland declares war on Belarus swiftly takes over the country. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, they're pretty much gone. So now Finland declares their ambition of rule. Why is Canada? Yeah, after the annexation of Belarus, Finland declares that they now want full control of the northern hemisphere. And of course, that includes all of Europe, all of Russia, all of Canada. So Finland goes ahead and proves it by annexing their puppets of Sweden and destroying all of the previous borders in the northern hemisphere. No. So Finland pretty much is Scandinavia now, however they will not change their name. And now stuff occurs in Europe to try to prevent Finland from actually expanding any further. And certain Denmark is very scared right now and should be. So they go ahead and unite with Germany to try to prevent Finland from invading them. Czechia also joins this alliance, as does Austria. Poland wants up. Do you want to get in on this? And they said that because of Finland, and that's the only reason they go ahead and join this coalition, as all of Central Europe is pretty much under German control. No, this is jointly occupied. This isn't a German empire. No, it could be. And Germany offers Ukraine a spot in this. However, Ukraine doesn't, as he just wants to vibe with Finland. So now, not really wanting to deal with this right now. However, they know that they totally could. They go ahead and pull a wild card and go after a certain Russia again. And surprisingly, Ukraine joins this war. Who would have seen that coming? So now we see a full Finnish and Ukraine invasion of Russia. We see a large Finnish force entering from the northern territories, as well as through their occupied territories in the Baltics, not the Balkans. However, while Finland's pretty much buffed, Ukraine is not, as Russia enters into Ukraine and pretty much captures all the territory that they previously occupied. However, with Finnish support, Ukraine automatically puts them back in their place, takes back Crimea, and even enters into the southernmost part of Russia, quickly capturing all of the south, and pretty much doing as well as Finland. However, Finland's Finland, and yeah, Moscow is quick to fall, and the rest of Western Russia falls to the occupied territory, the invading forces of Finland and Ukraine. And so now Russia just goes ahead and surrenders. Wow, Finland, you really done it. So, time to look at this peace treaty. And so now we see Finland really being the powerhouse of the north, taking over all of Western Russia. Well, not all of it, we still got this territory down here. Yeah, Western Russia is shared between Ukraine and Finland. And now this pretty much guarantees Ukraine's independence, as like they're now friends with Finland. And they promise to aid them in any wars they come across. Also, Kaliningrad, that's mine. And now, Finland really has nowhere to expand apart from Russia again, but, you know, apart from Central Europe or the EU. I mean, I guess they could go after the UK and take Scotland, Greenland. Sorry, that's Iceland, that's Greenland. However, they want to focus more on the mainland, as this is more valuable territory. No offense, Iceland. And so they gear up and go to war with Central Europe. With this, they quickly occupy Denmark, and as well as make several naval landings, pretty much completely cutting the EU off from the Baltic Sea. Following this, we also see Ukraine troops enter into the country, as they don't really declare war on it, they just move in like Finland is doing. They meet up and a solid front line is established and Warsaw is quickly captured. Following this, the rest of the coast is captured, and yeah, there's nothing really Germany can do here, as they are the only country left in this alliance apart from Austria. And being by the boob, the country surrenders. That was pretty underwhelming considering that this is probably the final war of the video. Finland now being the dominant power in the world, that's big. So Finland sends an ultimatum to all of these countries in Europe to either join them or get invaded. So the countries that join include Slovakia, Hungary, Moldova, Iceland, and Slovenia. All of these countries just join because they know there's no point in fighting. And yeah, at this point, Finland is the greatest country in the world, and no one can stop them. So they go ahead and wrong button. Yeah, they declare war on the world to show their full power. They immediately occupy the British Isles, move through Northern Europe, take Greece, move through Spain, move into Northern Africa. Russia is pretty much gone at this point. Oh, they even occupy this useless island up here. Oh, they occupy Greenland and even made their way onto Northern Canada. They take over Arabia, and yeah, they pretty much, being badly booed, but Northern Asia falls itself, India's gone, North Africa's captured. And the world is, Indonesia, Australia's gone, New Zealand's gone, and now only North America remains. Landings made in Brazil. Yeah, and now the sun will never set on the Finnish Empire. Mexico falls, the US loses at the eastern coast, Alaska's captured, the North fails, and Canada's captured, and now the US all remains. Yeah, however, the Bahamas, not the Bahamas, the Caribbean, strangely, is alright. Just kidding. So now the world is occupied by Finland, the greatest power that the world has ever seen. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today's video. This was just a bunch of fun. This was just a quick video that I could do. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and be the first 10 subscribers. I could really appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.